Radio, you have a huge audience sitting behind a wheel waiting to hear from you. So, how do you write a radio script? Even if you're not going to write a script yourself, it's a good idea to know what you can do and what you can't, and the difference between a good script and a bad one. How long should your commercial be? Well, what you say is limited by how much time you have to say it. For people who are not used to writing to a time length, this takes a bit of getting used to. You can only squeeze so many words into 30 seconds. Speak too fast and the words just get lost. So speak too slow and it sounds a bit dull. So a good pace for 30 seconds is 75 to 85 words. That's about 8 sentences. You can buy airtime in any length, but a 30-second spot is the default radio commercial length. Very often companies will buy a mixture of 15s and 30s to get more bang for their buck, so for the same money they can have more spots. You would then write your 30-second spot and then cut it down to a 15. If you get an ad agency or a radio station to write it for you, the process looks like this. First, the radio agency will write a creative brief. This document outlines the goal of the communication, the deadline, any mandatories that need to be in the script, like a telephone number, your opening times, or a website even, and also what the budget is, how much money that the creative process has got to play with. There's a link in the description if you want to find out more about that. The creative brief is given to a creative team and they write a bunch of scripts. The client is shown the scripts and then picks one. The agency goes to a production studio with a sound booth. They bring in professional actors to record the voices, and a sound engineer adds music and sound effects and does his magic and mixes everything together. Then they send a file to the radio station. So, how do you fill those 8 sentences? It doesn't sound like much time, does it? A simple structure for a 30-second commercial could go something like this. 1. You present a problem that your listener is having. You then offer a solution to that problem from your brand or company. Follow that up with some proof points to make the solution believable. Then finish with a call to action, directing the listener to where they can find out that solution, a phone number, website address, etc. You have to remember that a phone number or web address looks very short when it's written down, but takes a long time to say. Each number is a word. Now that's a simple structure for a script. If you want to make the commercial stand out, and let's face it, if your commercial runs in a commercial break, there is a lot of competition and you want it to stand out. Getting it on air is one thing, but getting people to actually hear what you have to say is an entirely different thing. You have to make it worth listening to. You don't want people to switch off while they're waiting for the next song, or even worse, switch stations. That's when you use sound to conjure images in your listener's mind. You write with your ears. Your script is based on the sound you hear. You can use sound effects and music as punctuation marks or to add emphasis, like a champagne cork signifies a celebration. If you then use a professional voice, they can speed up or slow down their voice by fractions of a second. They can make sure your script fits perfectly. They can add excitement and emphasis where you need it. You can then take it even further and use actors who can play roles in your script. A sergeant major, a farmer, even an Elvis impersonator, whatever you need. Anyone with a distinctive voice that will help you make your marketing goal in a creative way that gets noticed. Start with an idea. How can you get your point across? Then work out your structure, your intro, your offer, and then your call to action. Write the ending first with all your mandatories, time that, and then see how much time is left to deliver your message. Then write with the sounds in your head, imagine what the listener will hear. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.